When most people see a vulture, they don't stick around to learn more about it. Instead, they run away screaming. But if you didn't run off the first time, you might be asking yourself, why do vultures hang out at this particular picnic table? Why is that vulture staring at me? Why do vultures have such strange calls? Let's talk about these super cool birds and why they are nature's cleanup crew. Hi, and welcome to Life Noggin. First things first, when you see a vulture, your first reaction may be to throw some French fries at it. And I can understand why. Their bald heads and necks make them look like they're always mad at something or someone. And when they get their feathers ruffled, they kind of look like they're even more mad than before. And yes, their calls are very strange. They can sound like this, or maybe like this. But their calls aren't as creepy as they sound. That's because vultures use those calls to communicate with each other when they're feeding. They use different sounds to tell their fellow vultures that they're coming in for a landing, they've found food, or even to warn other vultures that there's danger nearby. Kind of like saying, hey guys, stay away from the eagle. But the reason there's a bunch of vultures hanging out at that picnic table is because they were attracted by something you left behind, something stinky. You see, vultures are scavengers, and they have an incredible sense of smell. They can pick up the scent of carrion, which is the fancy scientific name for dead animals, from miles away. And, in fact, their sense of smell is so good that they can sniff out a dead whale that's buried under 6 feet of sand. So if you left some chicken bones in your backpack after your picnic, those vultures are going to find them even if you hide them in your car. Just ask this family who went on a hike with their 2 Labradors. The Labs loved playing with the sticks, but they weren't too keen on retrieving them. Turns out the sticks smelled like a dead animal, and the vultures smelled that too. And since they could smell the carrion, they followed the scent to the source, which was a bunch of sticks in the back of the car. Luckily, the family opened the trunk soon enough that none of the dogs got too close to the vultures. However, one of the Labradors did try to make friends with the vultures by sticking his whole head in the trunk, but that ended with the dog getting a little bit of a beakful. So yeah, if you want to keep your snacks safe from critters like rats, squirrels, and bears, make sure to pack them up properly. Otherwise, you might come back to your campsite to find that some of your food is missing. Now, you may have noticed that vultures seem to be hanging around wherever there are dead animals, and that's because they're nature's cleanup crew. After all, they're really good at finding dead stuff, thanks to their incredible sense of smell. And they eat the dead animals, thus cleaning up the environment. If not for vultures, dead animals would just pile up everywhere. And since they hang around where there are dead animals, it only makes sense that their favorite foods are roadkill and, well, other dead animals. Turkey vultures don't generally eat live prey. Instead, they prefer to feed on carcasses that they find. And they will even eat animals that other predators kill. They also eat fruits and berries, but the majority of their diet consists of dead meat. And vultures are happy to eat every part of the animal, including the organs. The only parts they tend to leave behind are the bones and the fur or feathers. That means that a group of vultures can completely devour a dead animal in as little as 30 minutes. And that's lucky for us humans because otherwise we have to deal with the not so delightful task of cleaning up roadkill ourselves. And while some cultures view vultures as omens of death, there's no need to be afraid of them. Like most wild animals, they're only dangerous if you provoke them. So if you ever come across a vulture, take a moment to appreciate the fact that you have nature's cleanup crew watching over us all. So do you think you'll be less afraid of vultures now? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to keep watching, the next video I'd recommend is where I talked about why cats always land on their feet. It's fascinating. Just click on the card in the corner or the link in the description. And with that, it's me. Don't forget to keep on thinking.